Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome to my first of many self-development, personal growth videos here, right? This channel, again, guys, is so that I can post content periodically for you guys to see if maybe I am a right fit for you guys, right? Maybe I have some knowledge, maybe I think in a certain way that you guys do as well. Particular some of you individuals, maybe I think the same way, and it's like, hey man, let's Kevin, man, your last video really touched me, man. Your last video, you know, I really got some key points from you, and I kind of want to go a little bit more into depth about that. Reach out to me, guys. I do have my Instagram tag below. It's at ventured_consultant. That right there is my business Instagram. You know, I would love for you guys to go and follow that if you don't already, because that's where you'll see even more periodic information, right? I mean, that's a daily thing. That's usually, if you guys already follow me, you'll see I usually post on my stories every day. I'll start posting a lot more on the actual post. That way you guys can have content there so you guys can go and kind of access at all times. Like today, I will be going over a particular topic that a lot of my followers this previous time, thank you guys for your responses, but you know, a couple responses I had last time on what I should train on, what my first video should be on, and a lot of responses came back on communication. So most of these were like, you know, struggle with being awkward during conversation and not laughing when the customer makes jokes, talking and too shy, and when I do talk I get nervous, trying to show your best interest and prove your loyalty to a customer or to a stranger. That's actually a really good one, right? And speaking as a customer, like the way information is presented, and also good communication skills. So mind you guys, what we're going to do today is we're going to try to figure out if I can help you at least pinpoint why you feel awkward with your customer, or at least have you realize, you know, what are some issues that you're currently doing, or what are some good things you're doing and having to figure out otherwise, right? There's gonna be so many key areas on maybe why you aren't, you know, why you're awkward with the customer, or why you're shy with your customer. But I think the most generic reason that I, you know, personally would, you know, think that the initial issue that you would have to look at is if you're comfortable with your customer. That's the step where you build rapport. That's a step where you get close to your customer, you get engaged with your customer, you talk to your customer, you connect with your customer. I like to use the example that if you're sitting next to your mom or your brother, your sister, family member, someone you're really close with, your best friend, and you guys are having a normal conversation about your everyday life or about every day, it's gonna be easy. Right? It's just gonna come out of you. It's just gonna be like a normal conversation, having no issue. You're not gonna have to think about it. It's not gonna be awkward. It's not gonna be anything like that. But all of a sudden, say you're with your mom and you get an F on your report card, right? Now when you sit next to your mom and you have to have that conversation, is it gonna go so smoothly? I don't think so, right? Because you're uncomfortable. Right? The situation is going to become awkward. Now you're going to be thinking of the things to say, things not to say, and you're going to be making sure that you're trying to watch the key points that she's saying, right? You're just going to overthink everything. Everything's going to be you're going to overthink everything. It's going to become awkward. It's not going to come out as smooth, right? It's not going to come out as smooth as, hey, how was your day, mom? Oh, mine was great as well. You know, it's not going to come out that smooth. It's going to be like, hey, mom, how are you doing? Anything come in the mail yet? Okay. Right? It's just awkward. But it's because of your level of comfortability, right? You have to be comfortable with your customers, and that's the initial thing to be looking at. I always say, if you don't know where your customer was going, if you don't know where your customer came from, if you don't know simple, basic things about your customer, you're worried too much about the sale and not enough about your customer, which made things awkward. Right? Because if the customer can feel that, if the customer feels you're not getting comfortable enough with them to be their friend, to be their, you know, acquaintance, to be, you know, their colleague, or to be someone they're just coming to look for a product, right? If they don't feel that way and they feel like you're a salesperson, or they feel like you're even trying to sell them a little bit, right? If they feel uncomfortable, they're going to make it awkward. Right? Because if a customer comes in and you're comfortable with them and they're your friend, they're your person, they're your mom, whatever, right? It's going to be comfortable. But all of a sudden, if you don't get comfortable with your customer, you don't build rapport, you don't let them know you're there to help them and not just try to sell them, they're going to be giving you misleading information, making it awkward, right? Because you're thinking you're going in the right direction, and all of a sudden, boom, you're going this way now. Now it's awkward because you're like, I thought everything was good, man. What happened? You know, right? But it's because the customer doesn't feel comfortable. So what they're doing is they don't feel comfortable enough to tell you they like it, they love it, and they'll do anything to take it home today. right? They don't feel comfortable enough to say that. So they're awkward, and the reason they feel awkward, and maybe you feel awkward, is because first off, customer feels awkward because now they feel like, man, I can't, okay, what can I say? I can't just say I like it. This guy's gonna try to sell me. Man, if I tell him that I like it, guy, girl, if I tell them that I like it, they're gonna hammer me. They're gonna close me. Okay, I can't say that. What can I say? Right? They're gonna be watching their words too particular because they don't feel like they're just going in to buy something. They feel like they have to not just look and find the right thing. They have to make sure they get the right price, right deal. They're just, everything again is being overthought. Again, they're overthinking everything. So the situation becomes awkward. It doesn't become normal. You're not talking to what the customer knows. You're not talking to what he knows you're not talking to, what he likes. You're just talking to the unsales person in him, right? The I don't want to be sold part of him, the I don't want to be sold customer. That's what you're talking to, But if you got comfortable with this guy or girl, if you got comfortable with your customer, if you got comfortable with this person, you got cool with this person, you know about his spouse, you know about his kids, you know about her spouse, kids, her kids, you know about all those good things. If you know about that, then at that point, he don't care to tell you that he loves this product. Because he's like, hell yeah, I love this product. Kevin, man, I appreciate you for helping me out with that, right? Because he don't feel like he's getting sold. He's going to feel at the end like he's buying, right? You want to have your customer feel like they're buying to make the situation unawkward, to make the situation comfortable, and to make sure at the end of everything, they're happy with you and they're happy with their product, right? But the key thing to all of that, to making sure you get to that that ending step, is that you're comfortable and you're communicating with your customer right? So in order to have good communication, simple communication, like if you're just talking to a friend, and you'll see that the conversations go from awkward to just another conversation. It's just that simple, right? And if it's you and you feel like you're the awkward person, your customer's probably just boom, 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 throwing you jokes here, throwing you jokes there, and you're just like, haha, yeah, right? Well, maybe it's because you're not comfortable enough with the customer. Maybe the customer's comfortable with you, and maybe they're like, oh, I love this guy. That guy's cool. And then you're like, oh, shit, man, this guy loves me. He likes me. And then I'm going to have to try to sell him afterwards. I'm going to have to try to ask him for $50 for this. And man, he's been telling me all day he really don't care to pay for too much. And right? If you feel awkward, it's because you feel like you're selling this person. Mind you, it's a two-way street. Customer feels awkward because they feel like they're getting sold. You're awkward because you feel like you're having to sell, right? You feel like, man, Kevin, I'm not a salesperson, man. I built this great relationship with this person. We're super cool. I know his wife. I know his kids. Man, I talked about going to, he invited me to the barbecue next Saturday. And then I'm going to have to ask him to freaking pay me? Oh man, I can't ask him. I can't ask him to pay me something, right? Even though he doesn't feel like he's getting sold. He feels like he's going to buy it. He'll pay whatever it costs, right? He feels like he's going to buy it. The customer's comfortable, but all of a sudden, you're not comfortable. All of a sudden, you're in your head too much. You're overthinking, and you're making the situation awkward, right? Don't feel like you're selling anything. I used to tell all my customers in the car business, I used to tell every single customer when they walked in, right, or I tried to, hey guys, just so you know, it's going to go a little bit different than what you're used to, right? I'm not going to sell you anything. I actually don't sell anything here. And they usually give me the, wait, what? What do you do? Well, I don't sell anything because you guys are going to buy from me, right? I'm going to show you what it takes, what you love. I'm going to show you, everything that you need. And you guys at the end of it are going to see that you're just going to be buying it because you love it, you need it, and you want it, and you can afford it, right? That's the way you want to have a customer. And when you're like that and you don't feel like you're selling the customer and you tell yourself they're going to just end up buying from you, all you're there is to consult, help them, and give them information. Once you feel like that, boom. All of a sudden, conversations don't become awkward, right? You don't feel awkward because you're having to sell your friend, and your friend don't feel awkward because they're getting sold by some stranger, right? The customer feels like, oh, I'm buying from my friend, and you should feel like, man, my friend's buying from me. No matter who the customer is, what the customer is, that's how it should be, right? Every single time. And you're like, well, Kevin, what if the guy doesn't like me? What if the guy doesn't want to be my friend? What if the guy isn't comfortable with me? Well, then that's your fault. Right? Because you guys got to realize that there's 1,000 people out there. There's 1,000,000 people in this world, right? Billions of people in this world. And there's one of you, right? So if you're in this place, in this building, and you're selling stuff, and 1,000,000,000 people out here, right? There's one person here. There's billions of people around you. And this one customer happens to walk on in and he's right here. What are the odds of you getting a customer that's exactly like you? 1 in a billions, right? That's the odds. 1 in a billions of you getting a customer that's exactly like you, right? And making it easy for them to like you, right? Because if they're exactly like you and you guys are, cool and you guys are just alike, you have the same interest, boom, you're going to click very easily, right? You're going to click like that. But now, 1 in a billions, that's a lot of, that's a low probability, right? But the way your mentality should be and what you should be thinking is, when the customer walks in front of the door, yeah, it's a 1 in a billionth chance that he's just like you, but it should be a 1 out of 1 chance that the customer pulls up to a salesperson just like them, right? There should be a 1 in a 1 chance, meaning 100% chance that if a customer walks in, they're gonna meet a sales consultant exactly like them. And if you guys are following me, that means that when the customer pulls up, you shouldn't feel awkward. You shouldn't feel weird. You should feel perfectly fine. Because in your mind, you should say, that customer that just pulled up is exactly like me. Not because the customer really is exactly like you, but because you need to put on a show, communicate, talk to your customer, build a rapport, and become just like him. You want to mirror him. You want to be just him, her. You want to be, you want to be just like your customer. Because if you're just like your customer, you're not going to feel awkward. You're not going to feel shy. You guys are just going to be conversating like it's nothing else. Next thing you know, boom, they're going to be leaving with your product. And you're not even going to know what the heck just happened. You're going to be like, what? Did he just buy? I don't have to sell? Are you serious? You're telling me that I can bring people in here and I can just connect with them, I can just communicate with them, I can just build rapport with these people and they will actually buy? What? Once you realize that, your life is going to change in sales, right? Because all you have to do is connect with your customer, care about your customer, communicate with your customer, right? And if you do those things, the sale would happen. It's going to come. It's just going to come for itself. The customer's going to buy from you. You don't have to sell. That's the way that you should pitch yourself. That's the way that you should pitch your business. That's the way you should pitch your product. I am not here to sell you a damn thing. You are here to buy from me. I'm going to show you the benefits. I'm going to show you the cost. I'm going to show you the value. And Mr. Customer, at the end of this, I won't even have to sell you because you're just going to buy from me, right? That is the power of communication. So to kind of conclude that first point, right? If you feel awkward or shy with your customer, first thing you should look at, think about your last customer. Think about the last product you sold to the last person you sold, and think about where he came from, her, him, came from, where they were going, maybe their spouse's name, if they even had a spouse, if they had kids, and see if you can remember those things. If you can remember all those things, then maybe it's not being comfortable, right? Maybe you do get comfortable with your customers, and maybe your customers get comfortable with you. Maybe there's something else that you need to work on. That'd be something you can talk to me about. Kevin, I do get comfortable with my customers, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the issue is, right? Or, hey, Kevin, I feel like I do all know all those things. Maybe you do get comfortable with your customer, but you're getting too comfortable with them, right? Maybe all you're doing is building rapport. Maybe all you're doing is getting too comfortable with them, and you're never selling them anything. At that point, they're going to come in, look at everything. You're going to be their best friend. You're going to know their house, their kids. You're going to get invited to the barbecue. And at the end of everything, they're going to be like, all right, Kevin, man, thank you. I appreciate you, man. You have a good one. All right, I'll see you around, Kevin. Yeah, come through the barbecue next weekend. All right, I'll see you guys. 5 hours later, you don't got no sell, no nothing. You're ready to go home and you made no money. Maybe that's an issue, right? Over communicating, getting too comfortable is also a problem. So there's a boundary. There's a middle line there. There's a middle line that you cannot cross. There's that point that you have to get to and you have to stay there. Right? If you need help figuring out that middle ground, contact me, hit me up, let's talk, let's discuss, let's figure out what it is, right? Because there's many other things that could be an issue. It could be your product knowledge. It could be you just don't know enough about your product. You don't know enough about your product to feel comfortable with selling it. So if you don't feel comfortable, again, being uncomfortable equals being awkward. Because if you're comfortable, shit just comes out like it's nothing. Right? There is no problem. There is no issues. There is none of that. You don't have any of that awkwardness. Things are just flying out of you, man. And that's the best way to talk to a customer. That's the best way to be with them. You seem more knowledgeable. You seem more professional. You seem like you know what you're doing. You seem like someone that's amazing. You seem like someone that's great. You seem like someone they want to buy from for the rest of their lives, not just for a one time. Right? Because if you can stand in front of your customer and say, damn, Kevin, you did a great job, that's great. But if you can get your customer to say, man, Kevin, you did a great job, and then go home and say, man, honey, Kevin did a great job. And she says, who's Kevin? He's like, oh, it's a salesperson for life. Now, if you can do that, you'll be successful for a lifetime, right? So guys, that's just, this is again my first video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really just wanted to put something out there and I want to answer these responses, and I hope that kind of helped you out. Comfortability is the number one thing you should be looking at. Right? If you feel comfortable with your customer and you feel like that's not the issue, or you feel like you're getting too comfortable with your customer and you can't find that middle ground, hit me up, DM me, text me, call me, do what you have to do, or visit my website, ventureconsulting.com, invest in yourself. And then what I would love for you guys to do is once you click invest in yourself, go to our contact page, okay? Go to our contact page and fill out the information down low. Fill out the information down there, put in your request. Let me see if there's anything I can help you guys out with, right? Maybe there's some things that are particular to your sales process in general. Maybe you need some help with marketing, socially. Whatever it is, guys, let's figure it out. I am trying to help, particularly in the sales industry, right? But I am also, like I was mentioning from the beginning, getting my certification to be a life coach. I'm currently a certified happiness life coach. If you guys need some help, because mind you, you're 30% more productive. 30% more productive when you're happy. So if you need to find your true happiness, you need to find your life purpose, you need some help with your goal success, or you just need some help with your professionalism, you guys hit me up, DM me, contact me through my website, or just call me directly, man. I'm here for you guys. Thank you again for tuning in. And remember, invest in the best, and there's no one better than yourself. Thank you, guys.